Hey guys, and welcome back to another video review. This time we're gonna look into the Andaz Wall Street. So Andaz Wall Street is, like the name says, located very close to Wall Street in the south of Manhattan. We are talking about another Category 5 hotel, so it's basically comparable to the Grand Hyatt in New York that I compared earlier. So as always, I want to start with the good things. Now, generally in the Andaz hotels you don't have a lounge. However, usually the minibar drinks, at least the non-alcoholic ones, as well as the snacks in the hotel room are included, which is cool. Now I have to say that I'm very happy generally with the experience at the Andaz. The check-in process was easy and it was very comfortable because since the hotel is at around Wall Street, it's not highly frequented, not as the Grand Hyatt. So you can sit down, you can have a drink, and the check-in process is super easy. Now the hotel room is beautiful. We had a big hotel room. I assume that the floor space is cheaper, so that means that the rooms can be bigger for roughly the same amount of price. And so if you watch my other video about the Grand Hyatt in New York, you know that I was very critical of the bathroom size. Now in the Andaz Wall Street, that's completely different. The whole room is beautiful, very modern, and you have plenty of room, even in the bathroom. Furthermore, another critique that I had for the Grand Hyatt, it's also different in the Andaz Wall Street, is that they had bathroom amenities. And this is such a minor thing, so I don't know why it didn't happen in the Grand Hyatt, but anyway, the Andaz Wall Street has it. They have all kinds of amenities. A bit of an awkward point, at least from my perspective, is the bathtub that's basically inside the shower room. There's nothing wrong with the bathtub itself, I just don't find it very relaxing when you're confined to this small shower room, especially because the tiles were black, so it was quite dark inside there. And also the room in general has a good kind of distribution. There's plenty of seating options, the two TVs are quite large, and there's a couch area, so it's really good, especially if you're a couple of people, or in my case 3 people, so you can sit in the couch area and watch some TV in the evening. Now there's also a wine hour in the lobby, like in, as far as I know, every Andaz hotel. And what that means is that you usually can have free wine and sometimes beer, like in the case of the Andaz in Munich, during a special time. This is usually happening between 6 and 8, 6 to 7, and is open to all hotel guests regardless of the status. So that's a great point. However, I have to say that while it is really nice to have a glass of wine before you're going out for dinner or something in the evening, it was a bit busy. Now, naturally, who wouldn't want to have a free glass of wine in the seating area of the lobby? A bit unfortunate was that they only provided 3 bottles of red and 3 bottles of white wine each. Now, there were Magnum bottles, but regardless, if you have a lot of people attending this kind of wine hour, this wine can get used up quite quickly. So if you come too late, there might not be any wine left. However, at least, and that's also great, generally the lobby area is quite relaxing. There's plenty of seating options, and you can also have cookies and water and coffee for free all day. So that's a big plus. Another thing that I really liked was the breakfast. Now, the breakfast variety is quite small, so you have all the basics, such as the melons, you have your cereals and some small warm dishes. What was great was that the waiters were extremely attentive and very friendly, and so they repeatedly asked if we wanted something, if they could bring us some more coffee, or if we're ready for pancakes yet. They even remembered what we had the day before. So that is fantastic. Now, a couple of minor setbacks about the Andaz Wall Street is that, for once, it doesn't have a lounge. Now, as I mentioned, this is the case with all Andaz hotels, and you have the wine bar and the mini bar that you can access for free. But still, it's just nice to have this kind of haven of drinks and snacks that you can attend in the evening. But again, then with the wine hour, it's fine, I think. Furthermore, unfortunately, the noise insulation was a bit of the same issue as with the Grand Hyatt. Now, granted, it wasn't as bad, but still you could hear quite a lot of noise from the hotel hallway. And unfortunately, we had a family in the room next to us. There was a lot of footsteps going in and out of the hotel room. That was not ideal. A bigger disadvantage, obviously, is the location. Now, Wall Street might be fun to have a look at once when you come to Manhattan. However, you are quite far from a lot of the big spots that you want to see when you're in Manhattan. At least that's the case for me. So around Fifth Avenue, there's a lot of great parks, museums, and shops that I love to visit and just love to stroll around. The general Wall Street area is not as exciting, especially on the weekend, because it's mainly offices. So it feels quite empty during that time. And finally, a few smaller things that I didn't like as much was that the overall condition of the bathroom was a bit shaky. The bathroom also didn't provide an international power plug. I think I've given up on finding that in the US in general. Additionally, my usual complaint about the thin toilet paper is also the case for the Andaz Wall Street. One final point is that the view from the Andaz Wall Street is not very exciting. Now, obviously, there's nothing around it that's really nice to look at. We were just looking at some random office buildings, so this is something that you could keep in mind. To conclude, I really like the Andaz Wall Street. I think it's a great hotel if you don't mind the location. Otherwise, there are better hotels that are more in the heart of Manhattan. But it basically fixes most of the critique points that I had about the Grand Hyatt, and it has somewhat comparable prices. And if you want to do some boat tours that actually go to Ellis Island, to the Statue of Liberty, or if you want to walk over to Brooklyn, you can do that from there.